What's good, everyone? Welcome back to My First Kicks. This is episode 104, and we're starting off the year totally different. I brought in my boy J5, previous guest. Say what up, J5.
What's going on, everybody? I hope that I'm on video. If you're seeing me, that I'm not looking too crazy. Trying a new setup for 2023, but hey, first time. Everything is dirty. I'm working on a kit. Like I'm working back here. It's a lot. It's a
Nah,
lot.
man. What you got? What you got there? What grade is that?
I'm working on the master grade Sinanju Stein.
Mm-hmm.
Is right here.
Mm-hmm.
Got them right there. I did a little panel lining right here. I get a little crazy with mine, so I did a little panel lining right here. It
That's
looks like
sick.
over there. Yeah, I did some of the water slide decals, all
Mm-hmm.
of that. Like it's become my new thing. It really is.
Man, I mean, I don't know. Did we talk about this last time? I feel like we did. Remember the old commercials? They'd be like the
Yeah.
old Gundam commercials, just like 32 hours,
Yeah.
something great, and you like what?
But and the thing is when I first got my first model kit, I got a Zaku, like
Hmm.
one of the green joints, and I didn't know you had to build them. So like I didn't have any of the tools for it. So when my stepdad got it for me, I was like, I never built it. I wonder where it even is. You know what I'm saying? Because I got it and I was like, I thought it came together. I thought it was like already pieced together. Nope, you got to put this shit together. So when I did it again last year, it'll be a year right now, and about maybe 30 something, almost 40 kits that I've done. Like if
Hmm.
you like look behind me, it's just
That's
like a whole bunch of
crazy.
kits. So
Yeah.
it's become like very tough for me to find the places to put them. But yeah, I'm working on that. I got a couple of kits over here I got to finish. My wife literally just asked me yesterday, how many do you have that aren't done? And I said about nine. But that's unless I find a deal on one that I really want right now. I'm looking at one right now that I really want, and I gotta figure out how I'm gonna pull that off.
I mean, like, I want to get back into it because I was building kits when I was younger as well, but it was I was buying like the snap joints instead of the full like glue them together, and
You
those
don't gotta glue
kits.
these, so like they're all
Yeah.
snap.
Now
You
I
gotta
know
glue
they're
them.
all snaps, but I'm saying back then you had to glue them together. Like in like
Yeah.
the 2000 early 2000s, those Gundams you had to glue together, and I was just that's what deterred me until I went to Comic Con one year and I was like, you know what? I've always wanted Gundams. Let me cop some. So I bought these like
Yeah.
small scale Gundams and I was like, man, this is fun. So yeah, I want to get into like a 1 to 100 type like 5 hour minimum joint. Like let me get one of those.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot faster. I'm trying to slow down just because of just so much stuff is going on. Like this honestly shouldn't have taken me as long as it did. I think
Hmm.
before this, I was working on the aerial from the new series. This
Hmm.
has nothing to do with sneakers, but um, but like
Welcome to my first Gundam.
hey, a Gunpla podcast would be crazy. Like I would love to do something like that. Like, but I don't know many people that I know that like share that like
Hmm.
rabid. When I get a new hobby, I really go all in.
Oh
As
yeah,
you
me
can
too.
see all around me, like I really go all in. I have a very addictive personality. So I don't know many people that love it the way that I do. Not to say that it's like a bad thing, but
No, I mean, I definitely think but it's one thing where I also feel like it's super gate kept as well. Like speaking like sneakers wise as well. Like Gundam creating or building Gundams has always been like, nah, man, you don't know. It's always like, oh, nah, you don't got this or this. And whenever I would go to like downtown to like Tokyo Toys or something like that, like it was a lot of like, oh, you into Gundams, and then they would start quizzing you off the bat. So it turned me off. Like that whole scene is very.
you gotta hit r's slash Gunpla on
Mhm.
Reddit. They're super nice people over there. They're super helpful. They did like a Secret Santa thing this
Mhm.
year. It was just you got a Secret Santa, and they were sending each other expensive rare kits just for Secret Santa, and it was super cool and super wholesome. So find the right community. I think that's the thing, like, because they're not gonna gatekeep if you got the right community.
No, yeah, for sure. Especially now, I think a lot of the Gundam builders are a lot more open. I have some friends that we were talking about Gundams literally yesterday too, so it's funny. Um, but let's just jump into what we came here to talk about, and that is sneakers. Because this year we're gonna be doing it a little bit different. Last year, me and Iffy did like a concept complex con recap, and I was just like, you know what, let's not do that this year because I literally didn't even do any Complex Con recap for this podcast at all. But this year, I definitely want to talk about 2023 because this is being released in the first week of January. I want to talk about like, what do you have in mind of copping sneakers? We're both very like-minded. We always be texting each other about like, yo, you cop these, and we share. Like, you're the only person that can share a picture of a Tyshawn model, and you'd be like, nah, like you would give me feedback immediately, be like, nah, I like the other ones. And I'll be like, man, this dude knows way too much, bro.
I just topped. I'll send you the link if you need it. I just topped the green and white pair that I had that last year, but they got beat to death because I would like walk the dogs into the park in them. $60. They had them on sale. You can't. These shoes resell for like $500 on StockX, but they were selling for $60 on sale. And the new colorway chalk and white.
Yeah,
it's a really cool colorway. Just came out chalk. I just picked both of them up. I was like, fuck it, start a new year with Tyshawn. He deserves it. 2 times a year, I buy 2 of his shoes. Fuck it.
Yeah. And I was listening to Black Print this past episode that you had, because I was trying to see if I was on the ain't shit funny list, but I guess this podcast ain't like it.
The thing about that is that yes, me and Josh and Mark, and there's a couple other people too that he'll ask. The deliberation really kind of happens between us three, and I feel honestly honored to even be part of that. You know what I'm saying? I've known Josh for 10 years at this point, and that list was always something that was really crazy and really amazing to me. But I think that like a lot of it is just really from his head, and it's really him saying, okay, what did I miss? You know what I mean? So it's like when I say it's like he's got the skeleton already done. So when we did the list this year, it was super. Listen, we sat on FaceTime for 3.5 hours, maybe 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
And we figured this list out because it was literally, he had the skeleton already. It was just us plugging it all in. So if we miss something, it's really up to him to get the first pass. So you got to kill it because there's very little room for it to introduce like a new idea on the list unless it's already there. And I'm not to say like, it's hard to work with Josh, but it's like, it's very much still his baby.
Yeah.
It's like a part of like, just to be part of it, of raising it, so to speak, because it takes a village. You know what I mean? So being part of raising it is really awesome to me.
I mean, you got to get some more New York spots on there for food, man, because like it's all regional. Like you tell, I was like listening to this, I'm like, man, I can't even go to any of these spots.
He don't go. He was in New York maybe one time this year, and that was pretty much it for the New York spot. He went to Paris, but that was another B&D. I think I got the soundboard on me right now. We will introduce it today on this show. The Black Print is in the building.
Hey, let's get it.
Another one. There you go. That was definitely like a B&D type moment, Yeah. So
I think it's it was great. I think that was a great episode, and like I was saying, like the way that I'm able to text you when I'm in a skate shop and just be like, yo, what do you think about these? And you already have like, I like these, but these are better automatically off the bat. I'm like, there's no one else I can text because everybody else is all about Jordans, New Balances, and
that's part of my sneaker resolution. And I don't know if we were gonna get to this or when we were gonna get to this. I don't want to hijack the show.
Nah, do it.
That was part of my sneaker resolution. Is I wanted that in getting the Tyshawns and the Adidas was like kind of the first step. I was like, I want to branch out a little bit. I want to get a pair of New Balances.
Yo, I want a pair of the Nora. I always call it Nora the Explorer now, but Nora's first Adidas signature shoe. I still need to get a pair of those.
They're hard. They're very casual. That's what I like about the Tyshawns, that they're very casual. Get a pair of sweats, put the Tyshawns on. I feel like sometimes it is, other than like maybe like threes, which I just kind of slip my feet into. Like Adidas are a very casual shoe. You just put them on and you just go. Like they're not very tedious to do like most Jordans. Like I really love the Lost and Found ones. They are like so high top. Like they're literally will cut your ankles, bro. Like I love them to death. I love staring at them. You know what I mean? They're just a beautiful shoe, but it's like wearing them. I just feel like it's like I can't wear this all the time.
Were you able to get the 2015 pair?
Of the Chicago? No, I was broke.
That's me too. But I also didn't want them because that's when Gentry. Is it Alvin Gentry? I always say his name wrong. It's
Yeah.
But like, yeah, he branched off. I say this a million times on this podcast, but he branched off. They branched Jordan Brand off of Nike, and so everything had the Jumpman logo. And immediately, I was like, "Nah, I'm out," because I like that Nike that Nike tongue is just, I don't know, it's the only thing that pulls me in to that to the one.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? It's one of the, to me. I actually made my top shoe list today.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to have those up there, and it's a beautiful shoe, but like I want to get a shoe that's like different and kind of away from what I always am like New Balance. I'm from Virginia, man. We don't rock them shits like that. That's like some up north DMV shit. You know what I'm saying? We never do that shit. We all in the Jordans there, so I'm like I want to do something different.
Yeah, I mean, because like I've had somebody on that was saying that New Balance was the DMV thing. Like
100%.
If you were from DMV, like it wasn't Uptowns that was popping. It was New Balances, 660s, whatever. I think
990s.
990s, one of those. Yeah. I always say 660. I'm like 660.
I'm learning too. I mean, it's something different. I looked at my wife wants a pair of 990s, and I looked at her like gave her a nasty face, and I'm looking at the shits right now. I'm like, damn, we're 200, bro.
Yeah.
Like dead ass. Like no cap.
I mean, I don't understand it. Like their price point, I guess their price point is based on material, but it's also like it's a shoe that I feel like it just looks flat, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, something about that shoe just like never pulled me in. But the other models, like the recent Salehi Bembury 1600s or something like that, those were super fire. And I thought, like, for me, it has to be like, I don't know why, I don't know if you were like this growing up, but runners just never did it for me. Like, I don't like runners at all.
They're clunky.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I find myself kind of drawn to the New Balances as I've gotten older, but I also like those weird Balenciaga ripoff ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like those ones were kind of cool to me too.
What are you talking about? The bulky one with the light on the back?
Yeah. Like those are kind of cool to me too. Like I don't know. Like I'm into some weird shit.
Add the money sign of that one right there.
Come on, man. I never do it, but like this year, I was really I like when I was in Dallas, I really wanted to get a pair of the Dior with the CD on them. They look like New Balances.
Yeah,
that's where it started. Because I wanted to get the gray ones that had the CD on it. Because I got my first bonus from Riot, and I was like, yo, like I really did it. I made it.
About the Riot right now with that check.
Yeah, I had a really cool job. Like I love what I do, and I want to get a gift for myself. And they didn't have them in stock, and I was like, okay, I'll just get something else. But like that's where kind of the my intrigue of this type of shoe came from. So like that's what I want to do this year is get a pair of New Balance 990s, maybe like a collab, and just say, hey, like I'm fully kind of branching out.
Mm-hmm. Well, so on last week's episode, I was forced to buy a pair of Sauconys. So I'm going to be buying a pair of Sauconys this year. I already have a pair. I have one pair of Sauconys. But like this year, these past 2 years, I've just been doing Nike and a couple of Adidas's. Like I copped on 2021. I'm a big fan of Bait. Like I love Bait. Not Bape. I don't know. Bait. I love Bait. And they put out the One Punch Man Adidas's and the initial D Adidas's, and I copped those immediately. I was going to shell out for the Attack on Titan joints, but I was like, nah, man. Those look so crazy because they look like a Titan's foot, and I'm just like, nah, man. Me outside of those, just hell no, bro.
It's like those and like the what's the guy with the pencil on his face?
Kirk. Fuck, what's his name?
Weird guy. I saw him at the Amazon rotation party.
Yeah,
his party. He was wearing a dragon outfit, and I was like, "Yep, niggas is different."
I'll try to remember his name. It's I was about to say Kenwood, but Kenwood.
I don't know. I literally said his name when I was there, and I was like, "That's what's his name?" And yeah, I don't know. What was his name? It was. Because his shoe had like
His shoes has teeth on it.
yeah, the teeth and looked like a mouth, and I was like, yeah, like we ain't going that crazy in 2023.
Kerwin Frost.
Yes, that's his
There
name.
we go.
Frost.
You can get those shoes right now on eBay for $190.
Trash. That's why.
I know. I don't understand. I don't understand how he got to be able to be put a shoe together. Is my like because like I didn't know about him until the Tyler interview. I want to say like for real knew about him until the Tyler interview, and that Tyler interview was pretty bad because all he did like Tyler was just bullying him throughout the whole freaking through the whole interview. But like he had this shoe. He also there was like it was like a weird time because this shoe came out. Ass Pizza also put out a shoe.
Ass Pizza. Say that out loud 3 times.
And no, he's gonna come out. He's gonna come out. It's gonna show up in my closet or something. And then what's the shoes that look like feet? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Those three came out, and I was just like, man, it's gonna be a weird year. If I see somebody coming walking outside in them damn feet, I'll be like, man, I'm walking out crossing the street. This man's unhinged. But nah, I feel you on buying some New Balances this year. I think I'm gonna jump on a wave, but I think it's just like for me, I just don't want. So I guess what's interesting about getting into sneakers or different brands now is that brands are pushing collabs so hard that last year, 2022, everything that pushed people to buy other brands was just like a Joe Fresh Goods, Salehi, like, and it's funny because when I reflect on this, my first ever Asics was the Kith Asics, the Eastern Conference, Knicks colorway. And then after that, it built on to, I want to buy more Asics. So I would buy offshoots. But the importance of having a collab now has been ridiculous, right? So I think, my first pair is going to be like just a regular GR New Balance. And I've been looking at the protection pack like crazy. That orange colorway is fire.
Yeah, I Asics, I'm not going to go that crazy. Mm-hmm. I gotta start. I'm literally looking at New Balances right now. I gotta start off. I have to stop. I'm starting off clean. I'm gonna start off with some New Balances. I'm probably get my wife some New Balances, and then I'll see what it looks like on her, and then maybe we can matchy. But yeah, that's part of my sneaker resolution. Like I think that I've come a long way. Not to say I'm like bored, but it's like nothing right now has kind of like popped out at me that I really want. I think like what are some things that you didn't get this year? It's probably like a list, but like what are some things you didn't get? And we're recording this 2022 still, but like what are some things you didn't get this year that you're gonna probably try and double back next year just because?
Oh, I mean the bulk amount of SBs that I freaking couldn't get. You know, like I don't understand it because, bro, I've been collecting SBs since 2008, right? This has never there hasn't been a year where I wasn't able to get a specific color box of the year. Right, and it's been the past 2 years I haven't been able to get a color box. I can't get any. I haven't gotten a purple box. I haven't gotten a rainbow box at all.
I'm not gonna pull mine out.
Do not. But it's like
get a pair of Nikes or get a pair of Shads. They have purple boxes.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Doug's. Come on, man. Like I get what you're saying, but you like I get what you're saying because there was the one I shot that I wanted real bad, the khaki colorway. Because that's the first Nike SB I ever got, and I'm not going to be able to get those back ever again. So I was just like, let me settle for the iShots. And I go to CSS to check out, and there's no size 13. They didn't even make a size 13. I was just like, man. So then I go to my local skate shop. I go to Lick, shout out to Lick, and they didn't even have them on the wall. I was just like, man, what the hell's going on?
I'm going to be in New York by Manhattan next week. My good friend, he's having a baby. They're having a baby shower. Mm-hmm. The Godfather, so I'm super excited.
Hey,
where could I go around New York, around that area, to a good skate shop? Because I know the skate shops in New York be having shit. Like they really be having shit. Out here, it be gone. Like they should be gone out here. So like, where do you know anything around Manhattan that I go to?
I mean, right now my spot is Extra Butter.
Okay.
downtown, but it's not really a skate shop, but they have like a Nike SB account.
Yeah.
So like they're pretty well known now. They're not like the biggest kept secret right now. In terms of skate shops, I would probably you'd have to go to the outskirts. Like my spots in Queens, Lick NYC and Astoria. I would
It's
say hit
far.
them. Yeah, I
Queens is
mean
far from Manhattan.
it's one train away. Just jump on the train, man.
I hate trains, bro. Fuck. That's the one thing I'm not gonna enjoy when I'm out there.
We gotta link up when you out here then.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I'll take it around.
It's been a minute. I'm gonna be with my wife too, so it's been a minute. Maybe I might be doing dinner or something, so I'll hit you up and see.
Yeah, let me know. That's it. We made dinner plans on the podcast. Now it has to happen. But yeah, I mean, see, it's funny because when I was in LA, the first time I went to LA, I was trying to find a skate shop out there, but the only spots I hit up were Undefeated, and like that was pretty much it in terms
It's
of.
weird. Skate shops are a lot more local. Like it depends on where you're at. So Silver Lake has their skate shop.
Mhm.
Downtown has their skate shop. The Valley has and the Valley has many skate shops. But I think like there are a couple of big ones. I actually go to LB Skate in Long Beach when I lived out there. Super cool guys out there. They got everything, literally everything. And they got the eBays a couple weeks ago.
That's crazy.
The only thing they didn't get, I feel like this year was like the lobsters, but they got everything. When I was trying to get my shots, my friends couldn't hit on sneakers. I went up to them. They had a whole size run, and they had the red ones too. And remember the red, like not a lot of people got the red ones, so they had the red ones in stock. And I actually got them physically from there, and got the olives from sneakers. So it was really my place to go this year for sneakers for SBs especially.
That's super dope. Like it's funny because like I can't really think of like see when I was growing up, I found my one skate shop, right? And I feel like everybody had that one skate shop they would always hit up. Mine's was it was like Slope City Skates or some shit like that, and that's where I caught my Brutes from, the Brute SBs from there, and they were like they look like it's funny because it looked like once you walk in, it looked like they were about to shut down at any minute. Like they were about to be like they were about to feel like everything must go, we gotta go. Like that's what it looked like.
Well, nobody in there.
Nobody in there. And then like I went in there. They upcharged me like $20 over retail price because I was the first time I ever went there. Like they didn't know me like that, so they were like they're probably just like blah 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 whatever. So then I would just go there often, and then now they started giving me shit for retail, but then they were on the way out after that too. So, but that doesn't happen anymore. Like there's so few skate shops now, man. But since when you're in New York, it's not a skate shop that has a Nike SB account, but there is a new skate shop up on the Upper West Side called Upper West Side Skates, but it's ran by Chris Vidal, who he's the owner of it. He is the most famous employee from Flight Club. Like he was on
Sneaker Shopping.
He was on Sneaker Shop. No, he wasn't on Sneaker Shopping. They have him on Complex Sneaker Podcast, but he's also known for, I think it was either on Oprah or he was on one of those daytime shows talking about his PlayStation Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
So he has a skate shop, and but I don't think like it's a legit skate shop right now. So maybe later he'll have a Nike SB account, but right now it's just regular stuff.
Yeah, I think I talked about this on the last time I was on the show. It was like maybe like a year ago actually. Fuck my camera.
Your camera.
My fucking camera. Well, it's okay. We'll rock it. We'll rock with it as I fix it. I think I talked about Soul Brother last time I was on here.
Yeah.
And that being kind of like how I got into this. You know what I'm saying? And that was just such a instrumental and special store for me, and I'm still trying to find that vibe. You know what I mean? Regardless of where I go, I'm still trying to find it and find a store that gives me that feeling. I haven't found it out here yet, but it's not to say I'm not looking, but I can't wait to find a good store in the Valley. I just moved out here, so
I mean, yeah, the Valley, it's gotta have a skate shop, man. It's
100%. This is the essence. Like North Hollywood is the essence of this shit. Like they did a lot of shit out here. Everyone's always out here. I always see a lot of like pros out here skating and shit. So it's pretty dope.
No, yeah. I mean, Speaking of skaters, right? I'm trying to get a couple skaters on to talk about like their, because like that's like the world I came up in terms of like getting into sneakers. So
Yeah.
like when it comes to the black brand, we've seen a lot like Tyshawn and like a lot of successful black skaters. Who are some of your dream guests in terms of just like who you want to get on that's like that?
I want to get with like skate wise.
Yeah, skate
I would
wise.
love to get a shot on because I just think his story is just so great. I feel like he is literally like a genius when it comes to skateboarding, and I feel like he's not talked about enough. Um, Obviously, I would love to get Tyshawn, but I don't know if he's like a great interview. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that he's the best interview. Like I feel like pretty I don't know, like I, I feel like he's like he's probably like too cool. Like he's probably I don't know, but I would love to get I would really love to get a shot because I feel like he also is into sneaker culture and I would love to hear about just the creation of his sneaker and what the reaction's been to it and how he feels about it. I would love to get like what else would I like to get?
I mean, I would love to have Nigel on just for an episode.
Yeah.
Like,
He'd be dope. Like I would also love to get Deshaun Jordan on. I think
mm,
Deshaun Jordan is really dope, and he's to me he's one to watch out for. So yeah, I think those are my top two or three.
night for me, I would probably do Zion, right? That's my
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
And I shot probably, yeah. I think see that's the thing. I would want Nigel because he's from Jamaica, Queens. He's from
Right.
Queens.
Yeah.
So I think like if I was able to get Nigel on, I'd probably would not. I'd be like, yo, I don't care if I'm going on vacation. I'll be like, nah, we doing this.
Whenever they, what I'm saying, whenever they need to. And actually, now that I think about it, I really want to try and like get some of these cats because like black skateboard, like we taking over, bro.
Oh yeah,
Like
for
it's
sure.
us, Japanese people, and Brazilians. We taking
Hmm.
over. Like it's over for white people in skateboard.
Oh
uh,
man. Well, what are your thoughts on Nigel and why you don't like his model?
the Niger 3. Here's my thing about the Niger 3. The Niger 2 was very narrow, but the colorways was really tight.
Hmm.
The Niger 3 just looks way too like PacSun to me, if that makes sense. It looks like way too much like a bro type sneaker. And I know that's probably like the way that nigga is, but like it doesn't look like something I would wear or something that I could pull off with like anything other than them short shorts he'd be wearing. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you absolutely have. That's a shoe made for leg tats.
Yes, exactly. And unless you're wearing those, like I don't see how you could pull those Nigers off. But the roster colorway is pretty dope.
No, yeah, it's funny that he's like because once you said that, I was immediately thinking like it's funny how he started off super just being like straight Rasta, and now he's like this bro dude. Like,
Well, people call him like a jock, and it's like you hear about his story, and it's like you kind of he's a weird guy, but you see why he's like that because his dad kind of raised him like that.
mm-hmm.
And I know like this is a controversial topic in itself because like let's be I'd be remiss not to mention that this guy has like allegations that he went on Thrasher and debunked and is back and forth. And listen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about the skater, okay?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I'm not condoning or trying to defend anything. I don't know. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like that's just literally what it is. Because it's like, yo, if Nike, in the case that these shits are real and for real, Nike, if you're gonna go after Kyrie, get him out of here. And they
Yeah,
haven't got
for
him out
real.
of here, so like I don't know. I just feel like if they're gonna get Kyrie out of here for some shit like that, and he actually did the shit, you know what I'm saying, and people are doing all this shit, like they need to investigate the Niger shit, and that's my feeling on that. But in terms of just like him, his I listened to an interview where he talked about his upbringing. I was like, that's pretty like fucking gnarly. Like that's fucked up shit that his dad had did to him, and I feel like that kind of makes sense as to why he is the way he is and why his probably sneakers are the fucking way that they are. Like his things like his sneakers really feel like those are sneakers where you actually gotta like skate them shits. And I was like, I don't want to disrespect, you know what I'm saying, the culture because I'm not gonna be skating in those shit. So like
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather not. They're very airy. They also feel really simple. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like
I
that's
mean, like I
another
was saying,
reason why.
they remind me of the Zoom. What is this? It's like the Zoom something, the SB Zoom thing where they had the like the plastic covering on the front. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like that's what it reminded me. I felt like
EQ, I think it was the EQ. I believe
yeah,
was the EQ. I think.
probably. I'm trying. I thought there was like Zoom something, and like you remember they had the Safari colorway. Um, let me see. That's here we go. I got them. The Air Zoom tray. That's what they look like.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking EQ. EQ were like the indestructible ones. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. EQ. I thought those were like a 6.0, weren't they?
No, there was a SBEQ. It was way back in the day. Way back in the day. I'm dating myself even talking about the SB EQ because when we get them into this to the shop, I would be like, I don't want those shits where the dunks at.
Not me finding out about Savior just now, which I didn't even know about. That's crazy. But like the Niger two, I think the Niger two is when they're okay.
You didn't like the Niger twos?
I mean, like I'm talking about versus the threes. You know, like his
Oh yeah,
progression.
yeah.
Like
I
he,
feel like he went down a bit. I feel like now I'm just gonna wait for the fours or for him to get like a team edition. Like LeBron always has like a team edition that everyone likes more than like the actual.
with the straps and shit.
Yeah. Like they like or like the playoff. Well, no, you remember LeBron used to have the regular, and then he had the playoff versions.
hmm
The playoff versions were more expensive. How did they get away with this? The playoff version were more expensive, and they had like remember they had like carbon fiber on them, and I
Yeah,
was
you're talking about the
Eights
like
had a
the South Beaches had that
yeah
version. It was
yeah
like the elite. That's what they called them because that's when they
yeah they called
did
him the elite,
yeah, and they
and he
did a
only
Kobe too.
yeah they had an elite. Yo, I think he was really working all right at that time, like because that was like the peak of basketball sneakers. Like people loved basketball sneakers at that time,
hmm
and yeah, really cool all star colorways, and that was another thing. Like Christmas colorways was ass this year. Like
Yeah,
the
for
only thing
real.
people were talking about was
Like they did the Grinch because I went to Foot Locker yesterday and I was looking at them. They did LeBron Grinches, but they were just sitting there, and I was just
yeah.
like, okay. But then
I I like the new
I
LeBrons.
like them too.
I'm not gonna pay that much money for them.
No, yeah, he's wilding. Is that's it? That's
Yeah,
the like you know
I'm
he's in these
glad.
boardroom meetings like he's like nah man we got to put this up like about $50. I was like for what man?
Wow, man. Because my thing is like I liked him because I was glad he went low top. I was like his shoes look like some shit Master Chief from Halo would be wearing. Like they were so huge and bulky and chunky. And now with these, they're very sleek. They remind me of Kobe's a little bit.
Yeah,
I thought that they kind of matched because he's in LA and all that stuff. Like I like the purple ones they came out with. I like the red and black ones are really cool too. Like I
the
really
future ones are
enjoy
too cool.
those
The
are
future
really
yeah
dope.
yeah.
And the Grinch ones were fire too, but I need to look at the resale on those because I do want to pick up a pair of those, but it's like there's a pink one out that came out too that I thought was dope. So
Yeah, that's
like,
the Back to the Future one or whatever.
yeah,
The
but like I don't know, like I just feel like now Nike just like whatever. We'll let Stussy make cooler basketball sneakers than we're making right now.
yo, speaking of Stussy, there you were talking about on that episode. You were talking about their comeback or their revitalization this year,
Yeah,
in 2022. And do you predict any other brands get that this in 2023?
it's hard to say. I feel like a lot of people are gunning at Supreme's heels, and I did feel Josh on Golf Wing kind of feeling like that. I don't know if I agree with him on like the new
I don't.
Supreme thing.
I don't agree. I don't
Um,
agree with that.
I don't know if I agree with him on that yet because Supreme is ubiquitous with a lot of stuff within
Yeah.
not just skate culture but just culture in general. I feel like the moment you start seeing skateboarders wearing golf wing, that's when you'll see it. I still only see like certain demographics wearing that,
But I
and that's
also feel like that's such a West Coast brand. Like there,
yeah,
he doesn't, he doesn't branch it to all coast. Like Supreme, you can
right,
rock it anywhere, right? And
right.
everybody knows it. Like they don't. He also doesn't have an iconic like logo. Like it does. He'll have the golf on there in
Yeah,
the middle, same Supreme like style, but
yeah,
like. It's like there's not something that you look at it and go, "Yo, that's golf," right? Because he's always trying new
yeah.
things, you know.
Yeah, so like in terms of just like revitalization, I feel like he got time. They're what, 4 years in, 5 years in.
Yeah, but that's not. I don't think that's like you can't be like, yeah, this is revitalized. He's still going
No,
up.
no,
You
no. I
know,
mean,
like
that's what I'm saying. They're still going up, but I'm saying
yeah.
in terms of revitalizing, it's tough to say because no one foresaw what Stussy did until they say, "Yo, we got an exclusive kind of deal with denim tiers, and we're doing a lot of denim tier stuff, and
Yeah.
we're gonna work with him a lot more." We got Cactus Plant multiple times this year, and us being really the only brand that kind of works with them that exclusively, and we did a lot of outside the box stuff, but what really mattered the most, other than the collabs that everyone wanted, was the fact that their actual clothing, like I said, there has to be somebody there that kind of shifted the culture there, that kind of was like, this is what people are wearing.
Hmm.
I would say I can say what brand I hope kind of comes back and reaches back out. I want Bape to like be better than what it is.
I mean, I
Bape
think
is
that's
like
what they're like. They're doing like slight jabs here and there. You know, like they peppered their stuff throughout the year, but I feel
yeah,
like 2021 they were going hard, right?
yeah,
They had the Adidas collabs, just like it felt like every other week they would drop, like every other month they would drop in a new Adidas model, right?
yeah, yeah. They would,
Yeah.
and but I feel like some of the collabs are just like, you doing a Gunna collab, nigga? Like what are y'all doing, bro? What the fuck is y'all doing? But it's like I want them to be better than what they are because they used to be kind of cutting edge, and now they're not cutting edge anymore. And I feel like even with Supreme, it's like you know what you're getting last week of December. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're getting last week is May or whatever.
Hmm.
Like you know what you're gonna get from them. It's tried and true. You can break it out, and I've been wearing it for like 10+ years now. It's ingrained. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not going anywhere. But it's like I want to look at more like newer brands coming up too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I really like Circulate, even though I had a really terrible time with their shipping and handling. I know Corey does it all by himself, but I'm like, damn, bro, like, be up the street, just put it in the
Just
mailbox.
walk it. Yeah, just walk it over.
I can meet you for this, but it's like I want to see newer brands kind of pop out, and that's what I thought the list kind of did, was not only touch on like kind of older brands that were kind of had their moment, but kind of getting into newer brands too.
Yeah, I'm really so when we went to Complex Con, um, I learned a lot about other brands that are out there because like I learned about Brain Dead and then learned about their Reebok Shacknosis after when I freaking didn't cop them. But I
Yeah,
thought I think as per like a Stussy type brand, I do want to see. Shoot, I didn't even think I like because like to me, I'm definitely more about finding newer brands because like I mean we're old like you know like
fucking old. I ain't that old, bro.
I mean I'm not saying we not like you in your 30s. But I'm just saying like I wanted to find something that like not everybody knows about, and I think it's just hard now, right? Because I think a lot of this is just it's all about being viral. If you get into the mainstream with an 8 ball Stussy jacket, that 8 ball
Yeah,
Stussy jacket is gonna go crazy,
yeah.
like yeah. I mean, listen, to me 2022 was the year of Off-White again.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. You got Virgil's death, right?
Yeah.
And how much of that Louis Vuitton, the everybody was talking about that Louis Vuitton collab
Thing
like
is,
crazy.
I keep seeing people talk about those Air Force Ones, but not actually own them, and that's why they're
Hmm.
not going on my list because I would never own it. I could never own it, and I don't know anyone who does.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it seemed like it was a shoe out of tribute. Like yes, tribute, but I'm talking about. Well, one thing that I try and do in my top 10 shoes list is like I try and have shoes that I actually bought. I
Hmm.
feel like on my list, there's only one shoe that I didn't actually buy, and I'll probably double back on it later. But like it is the reverse mochas.
Hmm.
I actually like those a lot. Like I legitimately like those. I feel like they got hyped up and beasted. But like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it was a color that you don't see very often.
I mean,
Um,
I was on a sneaker of the year panel the other day, and I said like the way those colors worked is the best way that I've seen all of these Travis Scott collabs come
yes,
together. You know?
yes, it worked, and it's like I don't feel bad. going out and being like, okay, I'll have to pay the $5 for it, but I don't feel bad about paying the $5 for it because it's actually a beautiful shoe. Now the Phantoms, no, I don't understand. I literally don't understand. But it's like I think that there's something to be said about like actually going out and getting something because it looks dope and actually having it. But the Louis Vuitton ones, I like the green ones a lot. I'll never get them. Why is it on your list?
It's on my list. I'm gonna tell you that it's on my list, but it's at 0. It's 0, and then I start 1 through 10 because it's a shoe. Like for me, when I went to the exhibit, it gave me a totally different like experience behind the shoe. But also, growing up, I've always wanted to like buy the knockoffs in Chinatown with the Louis Vuitton. I've always wanted them, bro.
My thing back
always.
My thing back in the day was the hoes don't know. They don't know what's going on.
And so, like, I mean, listen, you prove a valid point, but I was broke. All right, it was either video games or sneakers, bro. Video games or sneakers. Video games always won. Video games last longer.
100%. No, I think that like again, it's a situation where it's like when you look at Off-White, it's like yes, I get it because of the way the culture is and tributing the guy, but it's like. A lot of that stuff you can't get, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the stuff that came out you couldn't get. Like the only person I saw them Air Force Ones was like Fat Joe and Lil Baby. Like they probably got seeded those. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's
Listen,
just it is what it is.
That's one of my goals. My 5-year plan is to be able to be seeded pairs. All right.
I don't want to be rich.
I don't need to be rich. I
want to get seeded product. I don't want to be rich because that's the thing. Like that's just all I want. Like SB sent me a box. I'm wearing them shits all the time. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. I was texting my boy Vince the other day, and I was just like, yo, I just want to get to a point in my life where I can post like, oh, these are fire, and I get an email, hey, saw you wanted these, I'm sending these to you. That's all. If I get to that point in my life, bro, I don't care if I'm flipping burgers at Wendy's, bro. Just give me that. Give me that life, bro. Cause like, man, to be able to be that, I guess, I don't know. Is that popping? Would you consider that being popping?
No, because a lot of people that get seated aren't popping. That's just like a lot of people that get seated are people that are just in the know, and that to more than anything, not that you're popping, but that you actually made a dent in the community. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been trying to get my guy Markman on the Black Print for a while.
I've been trying to get Markman on this podcast.
He's one of the busiest people that I've ever met or had a passing, you know what I'm saying, conversation with. He's someone that I've talked to often. I did a story for the Hundreds a while ago about the fighting game community. And he was the guy who plugged me into meet a lot of those guys. And I've always been super thankful for him for helping me get that opportunity. And I wrote a really cool story about them back in the day. So from then, I'm just like, wherever I met, when I was at Universal, I'd send him Marvel vinyl and stuff like that. Like I've always been thankful to him and for what he's done. But his story of you know what I'm saying, how he got into Nike, that's how you kind of change the culture. To be able to go in and say, I want the sneaker to do this, and this. He that means something. Like he might not even get seeded, but he always gets that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think at the very least, Nike should have gave him that shoe. You know what I'm saying? They should have sent him that fucking shoe and said, we're our bad. You know what I'm saying? Our bad.
Yeah, that release was bad. Like I don't understand how you're like, yo guys, they're in the outlet. Like there was so much they could have done.
Yeah. No, I mean, just storytelling wise, Evo was coming up. You could have had a pop-up at Evo. And I get that, like, I think in the story, someone said, like, when COVID came around, a lot of things got scrapped. I get that. But the guy is all about the culture. You know what I'm saying? And I want to talk about his relationship with sneakers and his relationship with the fighting game community. And, like, that's someone who needs to get seated. I see him trying to hit on Sneaks all the time. I'm like, why the fuck is you trying to hit on Sneaks? You was in the fucking building. They need to
for real.
Like that shit is fucked up. It's like he don't need to be rich. You need to just get seated.
Exactly.
Fuck it. That's 2023 goal. I don't want to be rich. I want to get seated.
That's I agree with you. That's goal 2 for both of us.
Seed me my pairs, bro. I don't want no money. Just seed me my pairs. Bro.
Yo, for real. Yo, listen, Nike, if you're listening, and I know that you are, you know, me and J5, we will meet up in Oregon. Do some ads for you guys, and you just gotta see this pairs. That's it, man.
Pairs, bro. That's all we want, bro. Shit. Josh right now is stressing about the twos.
Oh, I copped those. I copped those by accident.
Easy cop.
Easy cop. I was 10:05. I just went up and I was just like, oh, let me see, and your boy got them.
Oh, are you gonna wear them?
So I need to see them in front of them because I've never owned a pair of twos. I have to see them.
Too high top for me, bro.
You don't like you need your ankles exposed, is what you say.
Yes. Oh, my fucking camera died again. I think the actual battery ran out. I got to turn the USB on, charging on. It's okay. I'll switch cameras real quick.
All right.
But, no, like, keep going.
No. Yeah, I just think like I've never owned a pair of twos in my life, right? Shoot, my first Jordan is the Jordan 15 or 16, 15, and so I didn't even get any Jordans until then, and then I started getting, coming back and whatever, and getting them as I started getting my first jobs and stuff. So this is gonna be my first two. So once I see them in my face, if I don't like them, I'm gonna see if I see. So like it's hard because you can't, if I'm gonna make the transition to be like, all right, I'm gonna sell these for a pair of Lost and Founds or whatever, or trade them for a pair of Lost and Founds. I can't put them on.
Right.
So I'm in like a pickle. I have to literally make the decision from the box without putting them on, and then being like, all right, these is it. Or then being like, all right, these are gone.
I don't like selling stuff.
I don't like selling stuff either.
I don't like selling stuff. I like giving them away. I gave away a lot of sneakers to Goodwill this year. Mm-hmm. When I moved, I'm talking like big time shit. I gave away my the band ones that I had. I had 2 pairs of those. I gave away the 2013 breads. I gave away some crazy shit.
Not to cut you off. You know what we need to do though? We need to, because you're not the only person that said that before. Like there needs to be like a way to donate sneakers, and for like kids that want to get into sneakers, right? But that but don't have the money, don't have the means. There needs to be a way, bro.
I give away my stuff. Like I gave away some really, really dopes. I gave away my Agassiz. I had some Agassiz. I think I even put them on Instagram. On Instagram stories, I was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna give these away."
You gotta start doing the Clark Kent shit. Just leave them around California.
I should do that. Yeah. I had the pine green ones, gave them away. Just gave them the good, because I'm like, there's somebody that needs these more than me. You know what I mean? Like I had the true red, the black and red SBs. I gave them away. I gave them to Goodwill. You know what I'm saying? Like they're 11 and a half anyway. What the fuck do I need with these? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to sell them because this is material. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. And it sounds bad because I will pick up resale shit, but in the end, in 4 or 5 years down the line, they're gonna be in the bag out the door. You know what I'm saying? So like I give back. You know what I'm saying? Like and that's the one thing that I think a lot of people should look into is like, I know it's resale culture, but like look at what resale is doing right now. It's terrible right now. Resale is ass. I picked up so much shit last year for prices that should not have been real. I got the Ratton Union 2s for $200 off StockX, bro. I got the fucking Crush DCs for below retail on StockX, and now they're skyrocketed again. Like, if you want it, bro, just wait a couple days. The resale is terrible. But why do you think the resale market has gone down?
I think it's more. I mean, listen, bro. We're in a recession, baby. Bitcoin's dying. Like everybody's trying to hoard their money, bro. Like I think it's interesting because like. The real resellers are gonna stay reselling, right? Like the dudes that have seen the ups and downs, right? Or the people that have seen the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows. They're gonna they'll be like, yeah, this always happens. But then it's all these people who think, yo, I'm gonna spend my last $300, cop these at retail so I can make $600. Like those are the people are suffering right now because these are supposed to be easy flips. And that's how they live. It's literally check to check.
Josh just hit me. He said he got 2 pairs from Chic Shoes in Fox Hills Mall, bro.
Damn.
He drove a minute there, but he They out there. Them twos is out there. Don't look at the resale price of them shits. Just go get them. It's
No,
outside.
yeah, for sure. I thought it was. I think. Listen, the twos are supposed to be as easy as the lost and founds. Like, but the lost and founds being such a hype shoe for whatever reason, because no way, 500,000 people, all had the same nostalgia for these
Yeah,
damn
at the same
shoes.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the fuck out of here.
So I mean, but that goes in with the resale, whatever the resale culture is right now, and I think it's that a lot of it is more just people trying to get in, get out, and a lot of these places that consignment shops, bro, like
Dying.
they're straight up dying, but it's also just like a lot of this stuff is just so ridiculous that you can open 3 resale shops in one mall and think you're gonna be open until next year. Like, nah, man. A lot of stuff is gonna be hitting eBay.
I went to Topanga. That's like the big kind of mall in the valley. It's like the it's mall. It's out in like Canoga Park, Woodland Hills ish area, and there's 4 resale stores with astronomical. I'm talking like $200 for like an essentials hoodie. I'm like, you know that like even on that's not even something on StockX. Like that like you could get that for maybe 20 above retail on StockX. Like the only thing that'll hurt you is the shipping and shit. But
Yeah.
like no fucking way that you're actually making money. And I was telling somebody, I was like, they probably get the most foot traffic with the least amount of money in any store in that mall. Because there's no one but there's people that'll come in and say, oh, that looks nice, and walk the fuck back out. I'll walk in with literally half the shit they have on the racks. And then they'll be like, yo, this shit is not hard. This is no, I manualed on some of this shit this year. Like this isn't worth the prices you're trying to sell all of this shit for. And it's like it's like people looked at, like you said, looked at resale like it was the next big flip. They
Yeah.
looked at places like Round Two is like another place where it's like, and even Round Two Hollywood closed down. It's out. That's when I saw that, I was like, yo, that's more telling than anything. And we should have seen it coming when you saw those prices drop on StockX. I'm like, even I look at the reverse mochas right now. What are the old mochas? They're like 16, 1700 now.
Yeah.
These are like above $1,100. That should tell you something.
I think it's funny, like, and I mean, if you want to go into predictions of 2023, I think this is something that's gonna happen. Like, a lot of these people that thought they were sneakerheads are gonna be jumping right out in 2023, in my opinion. You know, like, I've been in here from the jump, and I've seen so many people jump in, jump out because they thought was hot, was not, and then you just be like, all right, yo, I'm good. I don't want to spend more money on this anymore. I got other stuff to do. Like,
Right.
this is always what can you do for me now kind of hobby, right? In terms of for people who are just collecting, who just started collecting in 2020, because there's a lot of people, even influencers now, or whatever you want to call them on the internet, that go crazy on TikTok. They start collecting 3-4 years ago, and now they have whatever 100,000 followers on something. But when when there is no more hype, are you still gonna have these people following you? You know?
Yeah, nope, not at all. And it is really, it's really sad to see, but it's good for me.
Yo, for real, for the real collectors, it's good for us, because that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for you to jump out the window with those prices. Be like, I gotta let these go.
100%, bro. Like I can't wait to see it. And here's this the thing. Like a lot of this stuff should have been easy to get, and now that y'all sitting on it, like even the reverse mochas, like a lot of people are sitting on these and they're not going up, bro. Like hey, tax time is coming though.
Tax time is coming.
And I will say, when tax time hits, you'll see another surge, and then in March, when everybody got their taxes and the money's gone, it's gonna go right back down. So hold your. Now I'm not talking to the sellers, the people with the money. Hold until after March. People are gonna be begging, please, man. I got these reimagined threes. I'm trying to get them reimagined threes are the next one.
Yeah, for real.
There are gonna be so many of them, and people are gonna by May they're gonna be sitting on 100 pair of being like, "Fuck, I gotta get these shits off." No one's hitting on these no more.
I mean, like I was telling, like, listen, the lost and founds, they went up 500 right now, right? They went from 450, 500, 550 right now, bro. Yeah. March, they're gonna be going down to 3 something, because people are gonna be like, "Oh snap, these gotta go." Like, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, like I'm interested in seeing what's going to be that shoe that kind of tops everything over, because dunks are kind of I feel like we're gonna see less dunks next year, don't you?
Yeah, 1,000%. I think there's gonna be a lot of sleepers. I think people are starting to move towards runners again for Nike in general.
Mhm.
Like, the Vomeros came out, and like I think they're gonna start doing more of that and expanding it because of how big New Balance became over this past year. But I
You got
think,
to shut it down. They
yeah.
always do this. They come out, they put a influencer or a star or musician or something with the hottest shoe
Hmm.
that they have out, and they just crush competition. That's why I got to get my 990s before it's not cool to get 990s no more again.
Before Travis Scott starts walking around in 990s is over.
Exactly. Like before it's not a thing anymore. So I mean, yeah, it's definitely, you're right. Nike's definitely gonna shut that shit down.
Yeah, this is gonna be a typical Jay Z and Nas type of situation where Jay Z
Here's
has to put something out when Nas drops.
Yeah. Here's my thing though. It's like they could just really just go back and bring back one of their, not, I mean, their old runners, honestly, or
Yeah.
their old guys. Like go back into the you know the bag. You
Listen,
know,
I'm tired of Nike just making up shit to sell a shoe, right? Like this year, I hope they don't like just make up like, listen, this is Jordan's
first time he dunked with his tongue out, and we got the tongue out threes or some shit. But the story, here's my thing. I don't know what the storytelling is for the reimagined threes.
uh-huh.
I'm hoping it's cool. I like the box. Here's my, and that's my next thing, because they're saying Reimagine Royals in 2024, and I'm like, let's not make this the new thing, man. The Reimagine ones were cool because it was like that's
Yeah, we
actually,
haven't had it in a
yeah,
while.
we haven't
Yeah.
had it in a while, about 5-6 years, and we it was special. I'll give you the threes. It's been a while.
Mhm.
It's been quite some time. The Royals, my nigga, they just came out, what, 2016. Come on,
Yeah.
man. Like get the fuck out of here. We don't need reimagine. I'm not getting the reimagined Royals. I'm sorry. I barely were the ones that y'all just reimagined 4 or 5 years ago. I'm not doing it, but you already know what's happening. And I told my friend Pat this too. I know that your white cement floors are getting kind of old and moldy and dusty.
Yeah.
It's gonna be reimagined white cement floors, maybe in the next year or 2024. I bet
I
money.
mean,
White
I'm
cement.
not. I'm not copping. I'm gonna literally tell you I'm not copping. Give me what they need to do is,
Hey, the
and
regular shit.
yeah, yeah. But or at least like if you're gonna do that, re retro dope collabs that happen, right? Like I'm talking about like, but I'm not talking about like the collabs, but I'm talking about like give me the Spike Lee fours. What the hell called? I was just talking about that movie. It's not He Got
Right
Game.
thing.
Do the right thing. Give me the do the right thing fours again. Like, give me that. Give me shit that dropped during that time. That like the Spizikes, not the Spizikes, the Mars Blackman fours. Give me
Yeah.
those. Like, give me
Yeah.
something that dropped a while ago that was just like,
Actually,
yo,
the white Spizikes were actually dope.
yeah,
They,
the white
they,
Spizikes, yeah.
they went crazy, but the white
Mhm.
Spizikes were actually pretty dope. It's like, that's the one shoe that came out 2022 that got no love, and I mean honestly, they got no love when they came out too. The Green Bean Fives.
Yeah, they're still sitting right on the Foot Locker list by my house.
Yeah, like they got no love, and it was like, they did try and do something outside the box, and I feel like they'll look at that and say we should never try anything like that again.
Yeah.
I think that's the part that sucks, is that like they're gonna do that. But let's say they re-release Galaxy Kobe's. The nigga,
I'm still mad I sold mine, bro. So
I sold mine too. I had a parking ticket I had to pay, and I had to sell my Galaxy Kobe.
I had mine up on Goat for like a year for like 350, and then Kobe died and somebody immediately bought them.
Oh, you should have got up there and gal. You probably forgot that they was up there, huh?
Yeah, I did because
Yeah,
they were up for a year,
that
and I
was
was
it.
just
That
like,
was
damn.
deal.
I was
That
like,
was
at that point, I was like, fuck, I should have kept it, like, because I would have just kept the shoe at that point. Like that's I now because my whole thing was they were size 14, I'm a size 13, so they were bigger. So I was just like, okay, I kind of just want to sell these and try to cop them at a smaller size, but then my hopes went down. I'm not gonna
yeah.
make that joke,
Yeah, no,
but yeah, yeah.
it's really kind of like, what I'm saying, it's sad that people didn't really give that a chance. I thought the Green Bees were cool.
Hmm.
They're a cool five. The only thing is like I don't really wear fives anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like I can't really fuck with it. But it feels like the only only people that are allowed to go outside the box and it really work are sneaker or clothing brands that can collab with them. Like Supreme will do something completely outside the box with a Nike silhouette that they haven't done in a while, and done something to in a while, and it'll sell out. But if Nike does it, nobody will really care. And it's like it used to be that they used to use these collabs to kind of let you kind of, oh, we're doing this thing later,
Right.
so we're gonna introduce it here, but they're not really doing that anymore. Like you had
No.
the Supreme Dunks that came out earlier this year,
Hmm.
and those sat. And I was like, that was crazy because that was a crazy shoe to me, and I feel like no one's really talking about it. But they tried to do something really cool and different with those too.
No, I wanted those really bad because I wanted the Brazil colorway because I'm half Brazilian. So
Yeah,
I will, but I'm a size 13. So you say they sat because they sat in your size, but they did not sit in my size. They were gone.
yeah, yeah. No, well, wait, what size were you?
13, bro.
Oh yeah, you're cooked.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro.
Every time, listen, every time I've always said, yeah, man, I wish I could cop these. And then be like, and somebody goes, they're going for like above retail on resale, and I look at the price and I go to size 13. It's like $500 above retail.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
They didn't make it a lot your size. That is sad because I wish I could just send you mine. I don't even wear them, but I wish I could just send you mine. But I gotta actually put that on my list because I actually like those.
Yeah.
Who's
All
on my
right. Oh yeah. Let's hear. I want to hear your list. Let me hear your list.
These SBs, they were SBs, right?
Yeah, they're SBs.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't come with the fat laces, by any means. I think.
Yeah, by any means.
My list was the Nike SBS Shot Olive, Jordan 1 Lost and Found, Union Jordan 2 Ratton, Air Force One Evo Moment 37, the SB Low Crush DC. Even though they came out 2021, I really enjoyed the Tyshawn Low, so I'm gonna put them on there.
Mm-hmm.
I had the black colorway. I think that came out 2022. I could be wrong. And if not, the chalk colorway. Fuck it. It came in right at the end. The chalk colorway right at the end. Fuck it. That's 2022.
Yeah.
Jordan 1 Low Reverse Mocha. I'm on Manier Jordan 4s,
Mm-hmm.
which is a shoe that I feel like if I got, I would never wear. But they're really pretty. They are really pretty.
Yeah.
And the Nike Dunk SB by any means. Those are my favorite shoes. And I owned all of them except 2.
Nice.
There you go. That's that. And these are shoes I own. That's what I do.
I would give you my list, but I said it on this.
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch the. You guys send me the link to that. I didn't get a chance to see it.
Oh, to the.
Your top 10.
Yeah, my top 10 is on the front page shoes YouTube. But I'm trying to see if I can remember it, and I don't think I can because I had it written and then I closed the thing. So that's not gonna happen on this episode. But I just want to let you know number one is gonna be number one. I do know number one, and that is the Tom Sachs general purpose shoe, and it's the only shoe on the list I was able to cop.
What do niggas like about them?
I just like that it's an everyday shoe. Like
Okay.
it's not gonna blow you out the park, right? But it's something that see, I have a problem of so what I do is I rotate sneakers into beaters,
Yeah.
and this is the shoe that is just gonna be a beater, so that it'll suppress all the other shoes that are getting turned into beaters, right? So I have like, and then all my beaters are getting donated,
Okay.
and then that's just gonna help me out.
Circle
in
of
the long
life.
run. Yeah, man.
My life.
To end the episode though, I want you to give, and this is gonna put you on the spot. I want you to give me a goal I need to obtain in 2023 for this podcast, and I'm gonna do the same for you.
A goal that you need to obtain.
Yeah.
I love that you have video on lock. That's one thing that like I feel like the A show should trying to do more, and obviously the Black Print we're trying to do. I had the fucking camera we're trying out here. A goal that I would say like try and find somebody like super outside the box. Someone that like I really love in your podcast that you have really dope conversations. Yes, they can revolve around sneakers, but I would really love for you to have a conversation where you're just talking about something completely else and picking up on an audience that you normally wouldn't pick up on. Like,
Mhm.
I know you like anime. I know you like wrestling. I got to get you on the show too, on the A show, one of these days. Or we could be on Spot Callers on one of our other shows.
Whatever. I could be on any of your shows. I'm RNC radio without being RNC radio. That's all.
100%. Hey, we gotta boss that up. Boss that up right there. But I would love to see you do some stuff like outside the box and kind of like flex your hosting muscles, because I feel like that's one thing you're good at, corralling a guest and getting them into a topic. So that's one thing that I think you should look into.
Okay. For you, I want to see like you guys should actually do a legit live show with people.
It's coming. It's coming. Hey, we're way ahead of you. It's happening on the Black Print for sure. It is going to happen. There might be some Twitch integration very, very soon on the Black Print. In the A show, stay tuned. We're cooking. We're cooking up some really dope stuff. I feel so good going into 2023 about that, but I'm glad that you said that because that's something that I've always wanted. It's having more women on our shows and doing a live show.
Same here. Having more women on this show as well. Like I've been trying. It's tough because it's just tough overall.
Do you know?
My thing is this show just needs the right cosign in order for it to happen, and so that's what I'm working towards. Because once that happens, then it's gonna open the door. But after this episode, next week's episode is going to be with shout out to Keely, who's been on Sneakers app before. Okay. She's super dope, and I guess I'll just announce it this week. So
have you ever talked to my she's one of my homegirls from way back. She does a lot of Nike campaigns now. Takara?
No.
I'm gonna link you with her.
Yeah, do it up.
Another one of my homegirls. She actually works for Wieden and Kennedy. She's done a lot of Nike campaigns. Jordan. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you Takara first though. Because I know Jordan's really busy. She's like she did the LeBron commercial for the 20.
That's sick.
Yeah, she's the one who helped put that together. But I'm gonna send you Takara's info. Holler at her. She's really, really dope. Tell her I sent you. So yeah, I got you.
Yo, yeah, appreciate you. Let everybody know where to find you, J5.
Hey man, at OG Johnny 5 on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you listen to the Black Print on AMP Radio every other Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Myself and Josh Pease and our guy MC talk to a lot of different and cool guests. This week coming up, we got Bansky from the Etceteras podcast with KD. He's going to be talking to us about his work with KD and his work with the NBA and stuff like that. That's going to be really awesome. And we also have the Black Print right after that. So the Black Print is also every other week. And it's me and Josh Pease talking about what's going on in life and having a lot of really fun, cool, problematic conversations. And you also have the A Show every single week, myself and Meals TV talking about the latest and greatest in WWE and AEW. We also have a Patreon for both shows, for the Black Print and the A Show. Put the $5 down. You get the episodes early, and you get video for the Black Print. And for A Show, you get extra content. You get video content. You get stuff that we don't put out in public. There's so much that goes on to it. I'm one of the busiest, hardest working, always doing some shit.
Yeah, for real.
Literally, my wife is downstairs like, what the fuck are you doing? How are you working? You're all fucking I had to come through for my man on this podcast because I love doing this shit. And that's where you
I know. Yeah, I feel like this is your only outlet where you really talk sneakers because you were like on that episode of the Black Print, you were like you dipped your toe in and you were like, all right, let me bring it back because you didn't want to go in.
I love this culture. I'm in this culture, and it's very rare to find a podcast where I'm like-minded with somebody. A lot of people are just talking or complaining a little bit too much, and you actually have a conversation. It's about the person because it's the people behind the sneakers, not the sneakers themselves. And I love that about this show.
Yeah, man. Yo, appreciate you coming through. You can find me because I didn't do my plugs. Who is Hasa all social media? You can find the podcast on My First Kicks Pod on all social medias. TikTok is My First Kicks. This episode will be on YouTube. My First Kicks on YouTube. And if you have a My First Kick story, hit me up, myfirstkickspod@gmail.com. Thanks for coming through, J5. You the man.
Yeah. Thank you. I just sent you the information. So hit her up. She's so awesome. She's dope. And hey, anytime I can help my brothers out, I'm gonna do that.
Yo, appreciate you big time. And you know what we say every week? Wear your kicks. Peace.
Peace.